In this short video, I'm going to show you how to create an auto trader from scratch. So first thing we need to do is click on this black button here, which says create an auto trader. So we do that. Next, we select the broker account we want this auto trader to be tied to. Each bot with rules or an auto trader is tied to one specific trading account. So if you have multiple, you'll need to create an auto trader inside each account. But again, we're going to connect it to this account for this example. Next, I get to pick, do I want to create from scratch or do I want to pick an auto trader? Again, we have a list of proven auto traders that you can use. One click, install and start trading with, or you can create it from scratch. And for this example, I'm going to create one from scratch. So you can see here, I get to pick what strategy I want to trade. I can do so many different types of strategies, from selling puts to buying puts, to the 1-1, the 1-2 ratio spreads, iron condors, debit spreads, credit spreads, and more. And so again, let's say for this example, I just want to sell a put, which is a very classic and basic example, but they work very well. Next, I'm going to pick the asset I want to trade on. These are all how I structure the trade. And so again, structure the trade is what asset am I trading? What is my DTE? How far until expiration do I want to look around? And do I want to enter the trade based on delta, or do I want to enter the strike by clicking this and changing it to dollar out of the money? Meaning that 50 here, $50 means that wherever the stock is currently trading, I want to go $50 below that value. And so that's what that is. And so we can structure the trade. Again, a 10 delta is pretty basic and pretty standard and normal, and will be very profitable. Again, if you're confused on how this works or how to set it up, we just preload all these numbers with the best practices for you. Next is I'm going to define how often I want to enter that trade. So I structure the trade. Now, how often do I want to enter it? We can do once a week, multiple times a week, every other week, or once a month. For this example, we'll do once a week on Wednesdays. We can pick any session we want, morning, lunch, afternoon. But for this example, we will go with any session. Again, if you want to do advanced entry settings like enter on red days, avoid FOMC days, collect a certain amount of credit, or use the TradingView webhook integration, you can do that here, but most people won't use it, and I don't use it either. Anyways, step 5 is setting up the management rules. Now that we've structured the trade, we know when to enter it. Once we are in the trade, how do we manage that? Well, our take profit percentage is going to be around whatever we want it to be, 80% maybe, 40, 30, whatever it is, depending on how you're trading or your strategy. Your stop loss percentage, when you want to close that trade at a loss, and so 200% is standard, 200, 300, or early management in days, which means close it at what expiration. So if I put in 21 days, that means when there's 21 days until expiration or less, it will close this trade for me. Now again, there's other advanced ways to manage take profits, where I can do the take profit amount, but just, hey, once I hit a $500 profit, close this trade. Or I can do stop loss amount as well. Once I hit a $1,000 loss, close this trade. Or I can do a trailing stop loss. We're just going to follow that up based on a percentage. So again, that's our different management approaches. Moving in, last but not least, is the safeguards. How can I protect this account? And again, I do that by setting a buying power limit. How much money do I want to allow this to trade with? Again, this is really going to help protect your account in the case of a volatility spike or just a crash in general. And so again, stay around 20 to 50% of your account, depending on how many auto traders you have running. Again, you can just set that up based on a dollar value, or you can set it up by clicking this on a percentage value of your account. So maybe 10% of my account will go to this trade, and that's how you can do it. Also, you can click here for more safeguards. You can enable the market crash safeguard and learn more about that. Again, which basically just closes out your position when the market is at a really high level. The last time this was triggered was May 16th, so that kind of helped save some people. And then again, require email trade approval for if you don't want it to automate it. It'll match all these rules you set and be like, hey, or she, you want to put on this trade, and you'll have one last email confirmation. You'll click confirm, and then the trade will go through. All right, so that is how you create an auto trade. You can see here the overview of what this looks like, what to expect, all your settings, so that you make sure you're setting up something that you actually want to create. Then click Save the Auto Trader, and you are good to go. So that is how you create an auto trader to automate your trading. All right, bye guys.